What it happened. I got some news, y'all. There are some trolls that don't want to hear this news. But I don't care. I'm going to tell it anyway. And I'm going to tell it from where you get your news sources from. Internet. Fortune. China's reported local cases are back to zero after a dim outbreak. Do you believe it? Can you believe that? Zero?
Oh, hell
no! It's been just over a month, and China has once again squelched bringing its local cases down to zero.
Really, nigga?
It was more difficult this time, even though the leaders of the world most populous nation used the same playbook they followed to quell more than 30 previous flare-ups. The arrival of the more infectious variant has raised the stakes as the pathogen refines its ability to escape curves and flout vaccination. It's unclear how long the victory will last. The China model shows what it takes to get under control and raises questions about whether other nations would be willing to or able to follow the same draconian steps. This is what happened between July 20, when news emerged of a cluster of infections among airport cleaning staff in the eastern city of Nanjing, and August 23, when China returned to zero. China took testing to an unprecedented level during this go-round. Local authorities checked their population repeatedly, 12 times better in the city alone, to ensure every last infection was caught. And all, more than 100 million tests were administered. In the city of Yangzhou, some people were infected while waiting in line. And guess what?
Jesus Christ.
Quarantines also played a larger role. The Chinese capital of Beijing at one point was sealed off from other places, with even a single case. Other places with even a single case. It also cut off trains, flights from hotspots around the country. It should have cut them off everywhere, not just hotspots. Even though the city ultimately posted fewer than 10 infections in the last flare-up, y'all. Wow. Other regions introduced sweeping curbs from barring entry for people from high-risk areas. They asked them to cut short vacations. Most of them had to remain isolated at home. A rule that was strictly enforced. Before turning to work in school, more than 200 neighborhoods were labeled high or medium risk, triggering sweeping curbs. It also disrupted lives and business. But they got it to zero, y'all, they say. They called a Chinese virus. They got rid of it first, seems like. Ultimately, the variant penetrated nearly 50 cities across 17 provinces and reintroduced the virus to Wuhan, which had been free for over a year. Really? I did not even know that. I didn't know they had no cases over a year. Still, China eliminated the virus in about a month, roughly the same time it took to quell previous outbreaks, including one at the start of 2021 that totaled some 2,000 cases. In comparison, cities in Australia have undergone repeated lockdowns, keeping more than half of its country, 26 million people confined to their homes, without gaining control of the virus. I don't know, whatever, all this, In the U.S., which has never succeeded in containment, relying instead of vaccination, booster shots. Oh man. So all they did was tell everybody to stay at home. The people listened. They stayed at home and supposedly cleared it away. Now we just trying to rely on medicine. China has thus far kept all its infected patients alive. I don't believe none of this I'm reading here. Sound too. I don't know what times they talking, but man, this don't even sound right. But can we believe that Ground Zero has turned back to zero?
No, son.
What do we need to do, people? Because they forcing everything on us that they want us to do. But what they said they did was just, what you call it? Segregate people here. Clean up everything. Segregate you over there and clean up everything. I guess they told you come out, we're going to put them things on you. That's the best way to do it. Because people around here do not want to listen. So I say, we should pretty much do the same thing. We tried it halfway, talking about essential workers. There's a lot of places was open talking about they was essential. It was essential who? I can see what they mean. They essential to like their family. But cause they say, well, we sell toilet paper, we essential, There's just a lot of essential stuff out there that wasn't essential. It is what it is. Don't let nobody talk you into doing what you don't want to do. Unless it becomes law. You ain't no choice no more. Do what you want to do. Follow your own mind.